Welcome to Am I That Earring Edition. I'm an earring lover with a lot of opinions and I'm here for the drama. So get comfy because this story is called Am I That for immediately saying no when my husband asked me to stop wearing earrings because he said they make a woman look older. That was a mouthful, but there is an update. So you're definitely going to want to stay tuned into the end to hear what that update is all about. If you're new here, welcome. Please subscribe. I would love to have you here. I make more Reddit videos like this. I also make beaded earrings that I do sell at theiaselements.com. The link to my earrings are in the description box down below if you would like to purchase them. And sometimes I also post reviews of different products I like to make earrings. So if any of that interests you, please stick around. I would love to have you here. It says, my husband, 41 male, looks significantly older than me, 43 female. Yesterday, my husband said he would like to talk to me. He told me he loves me and that nothing will ever change. He said that I'm an amazing mom and more sweet things. Then he mentioned how earrings make a woman look older. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think they can change how you look a little bit, just like any accessory can. And especially like, I feel like certain things can bring out certain features that we have. So like, I'm not saying it doesn't change your opinions, but necessarily aging someone, that probably depends more on the style of earring that she's wearing. And even then, I don't feel like necessarily older style earrings are going to make you necessarily look older. So I feel like this is a stretch. The only way I could kind of see it is like if someone's like younger and you don't expect young people to have their ears pierced, then it might make them look older, but that would be like a personal thing. That wouldn't be like across the board. And also like if she's in her 40s, I don't feel like a 40-year-old putting on earrings is gonna age them. I think just like different clothes and accessories, like there's certain earrings that maybe don't suit her. And like maybe that's what his issue is, but I don't know. But right away, I don't love how he's like commentating on what she like should or shouldn't wear. Like it's great that like he's like, I love you and stuff, but like I'm gonna have to keep reading and see if like he's talking about a specific pair of earrings or earrings in general, because that will personally change it for me. He asked if I could stop wearing earrings since they're making me look older. In less than 20 seconds of him asking, I said no. As is her right. Your partner can be like, I think you look better without this, but at the end of the day, you get to wear whatever you want, especially at 43 years old. I don't think I have ever rejected a request from my husband so fast. I usually think things through for a longer period. Yeah, but like if I was told to stop wearing earrings by my man, I'm not saying yes to that. I love earrings. That is like the one jewelry item that I will wear because sometimes I have like sensory issues with other ones. So he can ask me. I'm not saying yes. I'm not thinking that through because there's nothing to think through. Like thinking it through is like when there's actually something you need to think about if you're willing to do it. If you're not willing to do it, you can say no. You don't need to think about saying no if it's something you really don't want to give up. My husband said he's disappointed that I answered no so quickly, but there's nothing to think. This isn't like a think about question. If she doesn't want to do it, thinking about it's not going to change it. It would be the same if you were like, hey, I think you look old in jeans, so stop wearing jeans. Only wear leggings or dresses or skirts or shorts, but no more jeans. If she likes jeans, that's not gonna work. Even if she thinks it through, that's not gonna change the answer. Did he want her to like think no, but then be like, oh, you know what? I have to think about this. So he thinks that it took me longer to come to the same conclusion. That's just like a weird ego thing. Stop it. Get some help. I got annoyed with him and told him he has to deal with the fact that he has an old looking wife. He said he didn't want to deal with me when I'm like this and he walked away. Am I that? Okay, so I think there could be some underlying stuff going on with OP where like she took this to be like he's calling her old and like she's also feeling hurt about that. But I also understand because he did say you look old, and not that she just looked old, but like because you look old, stop doing this. I understand why that could potentially raise some insecurities because from like my perspective, you're saying that earrings make me look old, so you want me to stop wearing them so I don't look so old, but then what are you gonna do when I look old in a way that I can't really change? I'm old! Like what happens when like my body changes and I get wrinkles and all these different things that age us? Is he gonna keep telling her like, oh, you need to go get plastic surgery? I understand where that insecurity is stemming from because he thinks it's just about the earrings, but to her, he's saying he doesn't want her to age. And like, that's not gonna really be something that you can prevent. That would definitely like unsettle me if I'm OP. He's probably frustrated because he's like, this is just about earrings, but to her, it's not. And that's where he needs to like listen to what he actually said and like why she would be feeling the way she's acting instead of saying like, I can't talk to you when you're like this, because at the end of the day, he's the reason she's feeling that way. Like if he didn't broach this topic with her, she probably wouldn't be feeling insecure about that. I'm gonna read some of the comments before we get to the update. That coupled with him not wanting to deal with you when you're like, this is wild. He said something stupid and rude. You reacted way better than most would. True. She could have went off on him and said she was just like, no. And he decides to then act like you were the unreasonable one. Def not that but the husband sure is. And that's what I'm saying. Maybe he really didn't understand the implications of what he's asking, but it's not just, oh, could you not wear earrings? I don't like the look of earrings. No, he specifically said they make you look old. Oh, brother, this guy stinks! Like, what is she supposed to really do with that? and say, okay, this is the comment I want to get to. How do earrings make a woman look old? Because that's what I'm saying. I don't understand how they make you look old. Again, a specific pair would be different. That's not what he's talking about here. Okay, this person, I should really keep reading before I speak. I could imagine certain types might, big costume earrings or certain styles might seem a little more old fashioned, but it's honestly such a stupid idea that I've never even thought about it before. Same. Unless OP has really eccentric earring taste, cannot imagine they change how old she looks at all. I like to think my having 7 piercings on my ears make me look younger, but that's probably cope at my age. And then there's a edit. I just saw in a comment below that she wears simple stud earrings, so he's just being really weird. What the fuck? That is even crazier. I was thinking of at least like drop earrings or something, and I was thinking maybe if it has pearls and like old fashioned, but even to me, I wear pearls. I don't think it makes me look older. I don't think it makes anyone look older. But I could say like in his mind, like if she wore a pair of earrings that like his mom or grandparents wore and it was like very similar styles, he could associate it with old people. But a pair of studs, even if it's a pearl, even if it's like a colored stone, even if it's a diamond, there's only so many variations of studs. And I have yet to see one that's making someone look older. We're gonna have to jump to the update because I really need to know what even is an update to this. So it says, before the update, I want to answer frequent questions. My husband, 41 male, has said on Saturday something about earrings highlighting a woman's face, that it can highlight wrinkles. That's why he said earrings make a woman look older. To clear up some confusion about how I word things, he didn't mean that if a girl or woman in her 20s wears earrings, they end up looking like a grandma. But earrings making a woman look older, he just meant older than if they weren't wearing earrings. Okay, personally, the way I'm unpacking this as someone who's like seen multiple people of all ages, but like even in their older ages wear earrings and stuff. When I see the earrings that are on their ears, I'm not like looking at their face and being like, wow, those earrings are bringing out their wrinkles. If I were OP and I was unpacking this, I would feel really heated because it's like, do earrings highlight the wrinkles on someone's face, or are you just looking at their older face more? And again, that makes me go back to what I previously said of like, what is he gonna do when she ages? He's not looking at this as like, you're literally telling her, don't look old. Like, you can get old, but don't look old. I would be cautious if I'm OP because I don't know if this is the type of husband who would actually stick around for you in better or for worse. Okay, so now we're getting to the update. So that wasn't even the update, that was just clarifications. I had decided that I shouldn't act like a pushover like I normally do. I decided that I needed to confront my husband about what he said on Saturday. Good for you, OP. There's a lot of unpacking that needs to be done with a sentiment like this. And I'm glad that she did not ignore it and sweep it under the rug, because I feel like this could be opening a can of worms, and it's like, it's better to hear it now and deal with it than to get into your 80s and then be dealing with his bullshit. This morning we talked. He said he loves me, and he said he's sorry that he hurt my feelings. That's the bare minimum. He admitted that he finds me less physically attractive than I was in my 20s and 30s, not only because of my aging, but also because of my adult acne. Throw this man in the trash. I'm gonna keep reading, but I'm enraged. He said, I'm definitely not ugly, that I'm still cute. He said he's angry at himself for caring about such superficial stuff. He's not angry enough. If he was actually angry with himself for feeling this way, he would have either journaled, talked to other people about it, talked to a therapist about it, went online and looked for like other people who are going through this. If you're on Reddit, he could have jumped on Reddit. I'm sure there's some subreddit where he could have talked about this and processed what he was feeling, so he didn't actually speak to you about it and take it out on you, because what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do with this information? I feel like he's just creating insecurities for OP, and it's not right, and it really gets under my skin, because like there's ways to approach this. Like this was not him even approaching it in a compassionate way, because he didn't go to her and he wasn't like, hey, I've been feeling this way and I don't want to. I don't know like what we can do. I don't even know how you respond to this, because like this is all stuff that's out of her control. But like to approach it by saying don't wear earrings that make you look old is crazy, and that just proves it was never about the earrings. It was just him noticing her aging. He specifically apologized for asking me to stop wearing earrings. Well, yeah, because that was just a cop-out. He said he honestly didn't think I would get so angry. What did he think would happen when he said, stop wearing this because it makes you look old and I don't want you to look old? What did he think would happen?
I need to calm down.
I confronted him about other stuff he said that sounded like criticism. He said those stuff was just flirting, and he apologized for being insensitive. He told me he loves me and he will never ask me to change anything about appearance again. Okay, but like you can say all that, but if you think she's old and she's ugly, which, okay, he didn't say that she's ugly, but he said that he doesn't find her as attractive anymore. If you are unattracted to her because she's aging, she's only going to continue to age. She's not even that old. 43 is not that old. What is he going to be like when she gets up into her 80s? Personally, I don't know if this is something that I could get past, because I would be like, if I don't do things to look a certain age, are you going to become so unattracted with me that you leave me? I feel like they need couples counseling at least. I was honest with him about all the activities I was doing on Reddit. He said he's not angry that I reached out for perspectives. He said it's fine if I talk to my family or friends about this. He said I need to feel more comfortable expressing how I really feel, something many women will find pathetic. I asked my husband how less physically attractive I am now. Yes, like you should always be able to like talk to your friends and your family, but also like I do understand some of these Reddit posts. Sometimes it is better to get unbiased people's opinions who like can just give it to you straight without like knowing the history. And also like sometimes like if you're having an issue with your partner, I'm not saying it is embarrassing, but sometimes it can feel embarrassing to like talk to the people around you, because if you feel like you're overreacting, you don't want to like pull your family members and your friends in and then have them like judging the relationship. So like sometimes it's easier to like post things anonymously and get like genuine feedback that way. And going back to, he said I need to feel more comfortable expressing how I really feel. I agree. Everyone needs to be comfortable talking to their partner about things, especially once you're married. If you can't talk to them about stuff, nothing's ever gonna get fixed. Something many women will find pathetic. I asked my husband how less physically attractive I am now. Sorry, I had to read that a couple times. OP, it's not pathetic to like ask him that in this situation. Like that's not pathetic. I feel bad that OP's in this situation. I don't like her husband. I would be contemplating divorce, but it's not like pathetic to be like, what are your actual opinions on me now? Like where do we stand? Because this is probably out of left field for OP, and it's just really sad that her husband put her in this situation. He said, in my 20s and most of my 30s, I was smoking hot. Now I'm a cutie. The way I would crash out, because what does that mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I understand, like, you're not gonna have like the same look you had when you were that young. Like, I understand being like, hey, you've changed. It's not like you're less attractive. It's just like you look different, but like not like his attraction really shouldn't have like changed the way that he's making it sound. Obviously, she's not gonna look the same as she did in her 20s. So like, yeah, she's not smoking hot, but she should still be hot to you. So now she's a cutie. I asked him what will happen when I age more. See, that's what I've been saying. What about when I turn 50, then 60, then 70, then 80? That's exactly where my mind went. That plenty of 80-year-old women are adorable, but you don't want to have your husband find you adorable. I dislike this man a lot. He said he knows he messed up royally, but he's going to ask me not to leave him over this. Well, like, how does she know that you're not going to leave her when she turns 80? So she's supposed to wait for you to leave her? He said he loves me and will love me forever. I don't know how to feel right now. Honestly, couples counseling. I think that's the only route that these guys can go, because I would be contemplating divorce. I would not necessarily leave right away. I would do couples counseling. But if he kept calling me a cutie, I would be on the phone with the divorce attorney. And there was a right way to have this conversation, and going about it this way and then having her have to come to you about it was not the correct way. That is why I have a big issue with him. He was not being honest about how he felt. I agree with his one comment. Ask him to do a side-by-side comparison of himself at 20 and 30 and now. I promise you the ravages of time have not left him untouched. Maybe he needs to reevaluate his own attractiveness before he starts nitpicking at you about yours. He's a shallow, selfish prick, and that was a nasty, cruel thing to say to someone you supposedly love. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm not saying she looks the same, but to you, her spouse, she should still be hot. You should still be attracted to her. And if you're not, like, some people really do lose attractiveness to their partner and they don't want to, and they seek out the right channels of help so that they are able to bring back that spark. He's not doing any of that. He wants her to look younger, which is what really pisses me off, because I feel like if she doesn't leave him, she's gonna turn like 60, maybe even sooner at the rate he's going, and be like, hey babe, you need to get plastic surgery in order for me to stay with you, because I don't know. And then I still feel like he would cheat. Like, just with like the way that men are, I feel like that's where this is going. I don't like this. I think OP should really consider leaving, but I think do counseling first. But there's just a lot of red flags that I don't personally feel like counseling would help in this situation, because if I thought it would help, I feel like he already would have taken proper steps to get there. But honestly, I don't even feel like in this situation counseling is going to help, because I think there's bigger issues that she has with her husband. The way he went about this, he does not seem like a nice person. So the opinion of this internet stranger is to get a divorce attorney, leave him, because you don't want to be dealing with this when you're older. But with that being said, I'd love to hear what all of you think about this situation and how you would react, and if you had the same thought process as me through any of this, or if you have your own thoughts, because I would love to discuss this. If you subscribe, make sure you turn on that bell notification so you see when I post my next video. And if you liked any of the earrings you saw me make in this video, the link to my website is going to be in the description box down below. It's theaselements.com. Until I see you next time, remember to shine bright, be bold, and feel beautiful. Bye!